Alright guys, so welcome to Go-Kart Season 4, long-awaited return of the Go-Kart series for HRL, happening now. First race here is going to be on Brisbane GK. We're going to see some old layouts, stuff like that. This is a newer layout designed for this return Go-Kart season. We are going to be, really quickly, we're going to be doing 2 jokers during these races for the Go-Kart season. Here is the joker lane for this track, and the jokers are allowed whenever you want to take them in this series. Anything else, it's pretty much normal rules, same stuff, so I don't really need to go too much into that. The way we're going to be doing the starts is for this first race here, it is invert off of the HRL main series standings, and then for the second moto, be invert off of the finishing order of this first moto. And then from that point on, it'll be invert of the go-kart standings. And I think I might also do, I'm going to try to carry the invert for like the finish week to week as well at from this point on, I think. So like, you know, if you finish first in 1 week, you're going to be starting last the next week regardless of points position. Mix things up, might be more fair, might be more interesting. We'll see how it goes. But we're about ready to start here. Going through the starting lineup, we have Commando Pack, Vulcan, Shift, Hunter, Roman, Real Deal, Slaunch, Detail, and Luke rounding out the field. The lights go green. Race is on. It's going to be a 19-lap race. 19-lap cheeser. 2-moto format, no heats or anything like that. Green flag. Both motos will be the same length. Through the oval turn, into the chicane. Gets pretty conky immediately as expected. Ooh. Could have been, oh! Super conky in the downhill. I think that's a Real Deal going down again. And leading down to the line, I think that was actually, well, Hunter took his joker, so he leads down to the line. Ooh, little crash there for Roman. Some other drivers, Commando, going down in the next jumps. Huh, freaking foliage. More contact in the chicane. Bob Saget sector. More jokers coming out. I think Hunter, you can see where he is. I think Hunter does not take a second joker. I think that lap Slaunch and Vulcan elect to take their first joker. We still have a spicy battle here for the mid-pack. This is a lot of the racers that have not taken a joker yet. Ooh, that definitely got pretty close. Some side-by-side action off the jump. Oh my god. Shift is really bottlenecking. Any more joker usages? No. Looks like Hunter's still out front. Slaunch staying in front of Vulcan. Detail uses a joker there. Get himself more towards the front. Sort of separated into, we have like a lot of pairs going on here. Looks like these two could get pretty interesting. We have Luke and Commando, and, well, we were going to have Roman and Shift, but that did not end well for Roman. So that, that ends up going away pretty quickly, the chances of that battle going down. So these drivers sticking with their joker strats. There's a new use. Oh! Little contact there, and the exit. Oh, man! Double contact on joker exit. That was Commando and Detail and Luke and Shift, so joker on this track already living up to the cheese factor with the rejoins. And it's hard to tell with the way this track is walled off. It's really hard to tell. Ooh, Commando and Detail going down the jump there. It's hard to tell, like, if someone, you know, if you don't take your joker and someone else does and they're coming up on you, that's hard to anticipate. And it's hard to anticipate the other way around as well. So I mean, it's just kind of the way it is. You can't really avoid it. You're just gonna get cheesed on the Joker sometimes. That's just kind of the way it is. Commando taking his second. Hunter still leading out front. Enjoying some nice laps in the front of the pack, trying to get the best possible start to his season that he can here. This pack here is getting pretty close. We have, I think that's Vulcan, Detail, Luke, and Roman in like a 4-pack right there. Solange going to use his Joker there. Makes the move on Hunter. And is going to complete the pass. Hunter surprisingly not running the cushion in that corner. I think that could have saved him there. Could have saved his lead and maybe extended the battle, but elects not to go for it. And with that move, Solange is going to take the lead here. Like first quarter of the race. Battle with Roman and... is that Commando? Colors are kind of conked. I suppose it is. So Roman probably also taking a Joker or two. Still a good pack here. That's Detail and Luke getting by Vulcan. And then Real Deal still working his way back. It's going to be a bit of a recovery race for him. Roman just... so many mistakes going down on the chicane there, and I think Detail did not plan on that, but when he saw he was going to get stuck behind him, makes a play call, goes for the Joker usage. He's going to get it out in front of the pack, definitely get himself some more ground. But with that, we may see a battle. May see a battle emerge here between Roman and Luke. Roman going for that outside, Luke going for the inside. Oh, Roman crosses it over. Gets a little bit of extra speed. And they're both catching up to, is that Commando? It could be. Let's see, this could be a time for some more Joker cheese. And there it is. Luke's going to go for it. Not able to really make a move on Detail, though. He's going to settle up behind him for their third and fourth place battle there. Solange now starting to stretch the gap on Hunter. Hunter not staying too far behind, though. Commando going for some nice whip skis. Gets some contact on Roman. And that kind of just conks himself at that point. It also conks Roman, too. Oh, my God. And Shift goes down. Real Deal is just trying to get around him. Wow, Real Deal's not having the best start. This is actually insane. Roman's probably conked like 7 times so far in this race. I actually can't believe that he's where he is in the pack. He should be in last with how many times I've seen him crash, I swear. And something must I think Luke used his second Joker here, because now he's pulled up behind Hunter, and potentially the move here. That is it. Luke's going to move into second place. So now that pack is Solange, Luke, and Hunter. And Detail's got a little bit of catching up to do. Already used both Jokers, I believe, so definitely shooting for that podium, but it's going to take quite a bit of work there to catch back up to that. Nice, fairly decent 3-way lead pack that we still have going on so far. Ooh, through the Shacken. What is this? Roman and Vulcan. Gonna potentially duke it out here soon. Waiting on Real Deal. I feel like he's saving his Jokers. He hasn't used them or something. Yeah, there it is, Roman. Clean inside pass on Vulcan there. Vulcan did not get enough momentum to clear that outside line. So we're going to move up another position there. And yeah, where is Real Deal? Well, let's take a look for a second. Things are getting close for the lead. Kind of stretched. Solange and Luke kind of stretched their way off Hunter. Oh, potential move, but hard to follow on that jump. And that's going to force Luke into a case and losing a lot of time there. And potentially affecting Hunter slightly as well. With, oh, well, that doesn't work. Ooh, a little over halfway through the race. About 11 laps completed. Going to be 12 right here. So we're getting into the second portion of this first moto. Again, one of the more exciting parts of the GK season, for people that have been looking forward to racing it, has to be the return of the 2-moto format. Haven't seen the 2-moto format in quite a while. First time running it back, and gonna tweak it and tune it until we can find somewhere comfortable. But definitely the format itself seems to be pretty enjoyable here so far. Real Deal's starting to make some gains. He's getting close to Roman. Maybe he has another Joker remaining. So I feel like he's been saving him and just like going for the clean air strat. Let's see if he does use a Joker here. I'm not exactly sure. The freaking pool noodles. And he does. He does. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's his second Joker. And as you can see, he's going to stretch that gap on Roman there. That's going to put him in 5th, but look at that gap. Look at that gap. He may be cheesed. He may be settled in that position. Roman may be settled in 6th. Honestly, the only potential battles here are if Detail can mount a big comeback, he can maybe get up to 3rd on Hunter, which could be huge for overall implications. Maybe we could see the lead battle get close again. Maybe Hunter will get back into it if they cheese each other. It definitely still some potential here for the top 4. But for Real Deal in 5th, I think that's he would need a 3rd Joker, and maybe that could put him in the conversation. But we may also have some lap traffic with Commando packs, so definitely not over here. There could be some more cheese. Oh, that's tough. And that may be the break that Detail needed right away. On the inside. He's going to take it. That's it. Detail now into 3rd. Like I said, that could be a huge move for the overall. You definitely want to try to be in that podium for both motos. So getting that pass there on Hunter could be huge depending on how the second moto goes. It's going to be tough to catch up to the top 2 with this little time remaining, but I think that's definitely an accomplishment there late race. Let's see. Well, we are on lap 15, so 4 laps remaining now. 4 laps remaining. And we're definitely winding down to the end here of this first moto. Commando potentially coming into play. I think that the lead pack will catch him just here at the end of the moto. So will that play a role? I'm not sure. Here it comes. Still on 3 laps remaining. Oh, if Commando makes one mistake, this could get juicy. He is going to move to the inside. It's going to be a clean blue flag, so not really much of a factor there. He's going to get out of the way yet again. So fortunately, Commando does not really play much of a role. Oh, Hunter went down again. That's tough. Oh. And the conk on the landing there, too. That may settle Luke there into second place here towards the end. Real Deal and Roman still kind of in their own race. And we've had several battles throughout many of these laps, but in close gaps, but I think we are potentially getting to the end here. Things have sort of settled out. So we head into the white flag. One more lap for Solange to close out the first moto of Go-Kart Season 4. Looks like a clean track ahead. Oof. Through the chicane for the final time. Pretty much just have to get through the neg camber clean, and it should be GG here. Right, podium yachts. You're coming across the line for the final time. Slaunch is going to take the first moto win here for the first race, or first moto of the go-kart season. Luke coming along in second. Detail in third. Hunter's going to be fourth. Not too bad of a start for him. Real Deal settling out in fifth. Roman in sixth. And going through the rest of the pack, eventually coming across the line, we are going to have Shift finishing out this race in seventh. Vulcan is going to finish this race out in eighth, which is kind of surprising. I feel like he had a pretty good start. Commando will end up in ninth. Alright, so first moto done and over with. Like I said, back to the invert. Opix also joining in for this second moto, so not really going to have much of a chance for the overall. You know, pretty much guaranteed last place overall, but at least he's going to get himself some points on the board. But your starting order for this second moto, it's going to be Commando and Vulcan again, which is kind of funny. Shift, Roman, Real Deal, Hunter, Detail, Luke, Slaunch, and Opix joining in at the back of the pack. Watch for the lights. When they go green, we're going to be off here. Again, the second moto, 19 laps. Green flag. And an immediate conk that's going to slow down several drivers. I'm not really sure what happened to Vulcan there. It goes all the way to the back. I genuinely don't know what that was all about. Oh, some hard conkage there. Roman again. Hunter also getting collected. And two drivers going for the immediate joker. It's going to be Commando and Slaunch. So Commando is... Or sorry, actually no, Commando does lead the first lap down, but it was Opix and Slaunch that went for that joker. Oh, Opix going for a whip cheese. It goes into the wall. That's tough. That's going to be a tough recovery right in front of Real Deal. Oh, and Roman goes over him with the recovery. Oh, and Detail getting stuck in the inside wall there. Already a cheesy start to Moto 2, as expected. You know, this is generally what comes out of Moto 2s. And Luke going for immediate joker number 1. Detail. Hunter! Oh! His contact with Shift there. So a few drivers getting some joker usage. And that's Detail coming out of his joker in a battle with Slaunch. And Luke also in a battle with Commando. We still have a roaring pack here. Oh, can Roman... Oh, there's no way. Yep, he's going to get conked off that. That is unfortunate. Really hard decision to make there when you get close to someone on those jumps. You can't stay too close, and it just forces you into a rough spot with those Halo 5 physics. It's like, what do I do here? Slaunch's just going to immediately go for the second joker. So that's going to put him out to the lead now. I'm just going to put Luke in second. So fairly... And Detail competing for third. So we have that top 3 exact order from the first moto. Potentially getting lined up in that order. Roaring pack right there. Very soon into this moto. Oh, Commando going down hard. We'll have to see if they can make anything happen and switch it up this time. Roman again, the conks. Hunter going down. Roman not able to land it. Opix just getting involved in the cheese. See if Detail goes for a joker here. No. Gonna like to stay out. Run the track normally. Real Deal. Oh, this might be interesting. Will go for the joker. Oh, he saw... Man, so close. So close. A little bit more time for Real Deal, and that could potentially be a big moment in the race there. If he makes that move on Detail right there, that could shake things up tremendously, but he just wasn't quite close enough to make that move. Definitely went for it. So close, too. So close. Got right to his bumper, but just wasn't quite enough. Vulcan's pulled off, and Slaunch goes down in the chicane, making a big mistake. Let's see, does Detail capitalize? He's going to go for it. Comes out to the joker, or through the joker to the cushion, and takes the lead here in the second moto. But this is interesting. We have Detail. Right now, Slaunch would be the favored for the overall with 1-2. Detail with 3-1. And then Luke had second, and now he's in third, so... This is kind of an interesting scenario here. You also got to think Luke's already on Slaunch's bumper and still has a joker remaining. Slaunch and Detail have both use their jokers, so could even be in a lead potential there with the joker usage. So this is there's still plenty of time to go, and this could still be a very interesting race and overall battle, considering we have the top 3 from the first moto just duking it out here up front. So I'm thinking the overall battles that we've been missing, we may see a return of that here very, very soon into the GK season with the first round. Real Deal doing much better this moto so far. Still in 4th. Maybe still holding on to a joker. I'm not quite sure. It's Hunter behind him. Roman trying to get around Shift the best that he can. Oh, Shift kind of slides out into him there. That's tough. Well, Roman will eventually work by him, though. Man, that is unfortunate. Oh, Opic's going down as well on the jump and having all kinds of difficulties. They're just getting really loose. Detail's going to put another lead lap in the books. Trying to make a strong start here, but like I said, that overall battle is going to be interesting. Because he has to hope that Luke passes Slaunch, but he also has to hope that he doesn't get by him. Could be an interesting situation here on our hands. I don't, even if Real Deal had another joker, I don't know if he'd really play a factor at this point. He's lost a bit of time in the last few runs. Top 3 is still relatively in attacking range. I think this is actually Real Deal and Hunter. We could see potentially a battle here. So Hunter's starting off strong with a 4th place in the first moto, trying to back it up here. Goes for it. Not quite able to make that move on Real Deal. It was close, actually. That was actually really good out of Hunter. I honestly thought he was going to make that move happen. But not quite able to do it, trying to back up his performance in that first moto here by trying to get around Real Deal to get back into 4th place position. Think he's starting to catch on to the cushion. Real Deal not electing to run at that time. Top 3, those even spreads, even gaps. Well, I think Detail does have a bit of a gap, but it's getting pretty even between all 3 at this point. Real Deal. Little fat OJ there, gonna cost him some time. There it is. He does. Okay, so that battle wasn't necessarily for position. Real Deal did have that second joker, but as you can see, like I said, it's not really... I mean, it's going to secure that 4th place for him, most likely, but he's already kind of out of the loop here for this top 3 battle, and it's going to take a lot of gains for him to get back into it. It's going to take some hard ran laps here. We are hitting the halfway point here of the moto, or just a bit past it, so there's definitely some time left, but the clock is for sure ticking on Real Deal here if he wants to try to enter that podium here for the first go-kart night. And I think he will. I think he'll be competitive in go-kart. I'm sure he'll, he's had kind of a rough season in the main series. I think he'll bounce back a little bit here in go-kart and definitely pick up a moto win or 2 and have some better performances. May not come here at Brisbane, but definitely some tracks on the schedule I could see him doing well at. The hog cheese, of course, of course. Always expected. Always expected. This could get interesting. Potential lap traffic here towards the end of the race again. And Luke's starting to close this gap on Slaunch. Pretty close behind. And yeah, still very close in that gap on Detail too, so this could get quite cheesy. Ooh, Hunter Kind of a rough landing there, but keeps it going. It looks like Hunter's still ahead of Roman, though, so Hunter may be settling for a double top 5 here, which, again, for Hunter, that would, especially with the way his main series season has gone, I would say that's not too shabby. He'd probably be pretty satisfied with that start to the season. We'll have to see if he can keep that kind of momentum going into Alpine Run. How he's going to perform on that track. That track will be interesting. Very simple track, but oh my god. The cheesiest blue flag of all time. Out of Commando, and Luke has to follow Sludge through the jump, and that is unfortunate. A lot of work there closing the gap, and conking that jump there might make things interesting again, because with that close gap, looking pretty strong for that Joker usage, but now with that conk, it could be, you know, it could be close yet again. Real deal. Still holding on to that 4th place again. Not sure if there's much of an opportunity here for him at this point. Getting close here. Just hit lap 14 down. Make sure on that. Yeah, 14 laps down. Which means we're at 5 remaining here. Last quarter of the moto. Vulcan. You frickin' cheeser. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to hear it. Shout out to Vulcan for just doing fucking motos around the inside of the track. I don't know what to say. 4 laps remaining. Pretty clean top 3 gaps at this point. Real deal. Lapping Commando there, I believe. Oh, Commando! Oh my god. not really the best play out of Commando there. That's unfortunate for Real Deal. And here it is, the Joker usage coming out of Luke, and he's gonna come out with a pretty solid gap over Detail, but still manageable. So Detail is gonna have to turn up the heat here for these last couple laps and see if he can make a move happen, as the gaps are pretty evened out at this point. What are we at? About 3 laps remaining. So 3 laps to make some fat gains and make something happen here for a moto win and potential, the way it's looking, potential for an overall win here on the first night. I think that's Hunter there getting around Commando again, so lap cheese. Trying to keep track of everything, but you know, it gets conky, like, what can I say? Like, there's a few pairs here, but it's mostly with Commando and he's getting lapped. Get the spread view here. Oh my god. As you can see, closest battle on track right now could be the lead battle if that ends up happening. Rest of it, there's some like lap traffic here. I think Shift and Optics may be having a battle or something. I might have saw that. We'll be getting to here. So coming up close to the white flag. And Detail having a really good lap, trying to make a run for it. Here we go, white flag. 1 lap remaining. He's going to go for the slide on the inside, splitting the lines. It's going to get close. Luke does have the better run, but Detail is going to make a move for the crossover into the oval turn. This is going to lead to a side-by-side chicane battle. Ooh, super close, keeping it side by side, but Detail with a good dive into the neg camber. And with that, he may have just clutched it up, unless a dive bomb to the inside, not going to happen. Detail with the 11th hour run, going to take the dub here on Brisbane to start out the go-kart season. Luke coming in 2nd, Slaunch 3rd, Real Deal 4th, Hunter 5th, Roman 6th, Shift 7th, Optics 8th, Commando, yes, it might have been a Shift and Optics battle. Commando 9th, Vulcan 10th. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think so. So we'll get the overall results on screen. There we go. So here, overall results for Brisbane. You guys can take a look at that. Detail clutching up with the better second moto performance. Gonna get him that. Gonna get him that tiebreaker for the overall. But super close already with the 2 moto format. Super close overall battle. Look at this, 1 point differential and tie for the top 3. Like that's actually pretty nuts. A tie between Real Deal and Hunter for 4th. Real Deal with the better second moto performance gonna pull that one out. Roman holding on to that 6th, separated a little bit. Although Shift was actually kind of close with the 7-7. Commando and Vulcan tying it out, which is kind of funny. For 8th and 9th, Commando gonna get the tiebreaker on that one, and then Optics coming in late race with the 8th place. And just ignore the bonus points. I don't think I'm doing any type of bonus points for this. I think I just forgot to conk that, so I'll probably conk that on the results at some point. I don't know if I'm gonna do the lead laps either, so I'll think